And even with them floating it, I think there's going to be at least reps put in by this MOUZ roster. They wouldn't have let it through otherwise. But I don't think there's any way that you can sort of win this veto against Big, because they targeted Dust 2. That's what they removed in this series, so that they opened up the opportunity for this Overpass. And so they had to sort of pick their poison, because Big, Dust 2, that's been their staple for quite some time. And especially now that the nades have been changed and all the changes to the game have taken place, it feels like Big have really found their footing again. There was a period where they were supposed to be the best, but they still couldn't find their form. That has been fully regained. So they didn't want that. Instead, we have Overpass as our second map. And because it is Big's pick, the punish pick by them in this series, they do start T side. So let's see what MOUZ have to offer.
Yes, MOUZ on the CT side, so I guess that's also going for them heading into this second map, but the predictions at home feel as if it is going to be Big taking this second map, and I'm, you know, as I said, I think I'm a firm believer that MOUZ have a chance of winning this map, but I think with how Big have been playing and sort of what they've lived up to out on Nuke, Overpass should be a walk in the park for them. This round, though, fast play towards A here for the Big side. They are looking for a chance. Dexter to tear their head off Tapson, though. That's a great beginning here. Keto will find a trade. P250 finding a mark. I don't know what it is, but Big and their P250s, man, they have been finding some serious success. Tizian, he'll set the bomb down. Searson up close towards APC as well. And so this does get very difficult for the MOUZ retake. Big littered in and around the site, and even then they've got a passive post plant behind it. So Searson, even if he goes for one, it's going to be more and more problems. Thin can't go for anything though. Bemis has picked up the kill. Now the Glock on the site, it's Tizian to do it all, but he can't find much. It's Crimbo now alongside that P250 of Keto. A 2-on-3.
How many clutches can Big win in this series? There might be another one added to the tally. They're not fully sticking to it, and they're pulled off of the defuse. Keto still dancing with the diffuser and the one that holds in front, and he's trying to line up the shot, but he can't. He hits the headshot on JDC, committing to a full reload, but body blocking for Frozen on the defuse, and MOUZ will squeak past.
Oh my word, JDC! That's a sick block. The bullet was going to hit his teammate, I do believe, or maybe if it wasn't, it was just above, but JDC to dive in the way anyway and take the bullet for the team. Okay, sure, he dies, and there's an extra $300 for Keto, but that's the round in favor of MOUZ. A round they shouldn't have won, and in this one here, you can see the economical effect, the side effect of it. Big. Okay, sure, the $800 per player does go a fair distance, but in this round, it shall be pistols. There are no rifles to side with the T's.
Was he just dancing between angles here on the A side? Doesn't have a teammate really to help out. Dexter committed to the lower side of the con stairs. So there will be free access here for Big. Long will be firmly under their paws. Still a bit of a lull in the action. Big are hoping to find and punish some of these mistakes. They were doing so much of that on Nuke. Oh, that felt like a consider of a kill for Dexter, but Tizian able to spin in time, so an M4 recovered, and that's not guardable there for MOUZ. Something that could be transitioned over to another player. Keto has armor. Torres is still taking these fights over at long and doing so much damage. Not able to find the kills are Big, but finally a trade comes through, but the rotates here as well for MOUZ, so it doesn't go from bad to worse. Instead, it just stops in place. No plant for Big, but they do some damage to the MOUZ economy.
I have no clue how on earth Big have picked up damage there. And the fact that the USP Scout combo can find a couple of kills, crazy. Crazy stuff. I don't know, though. We are making our way into the third round, not before Big take a timeout. We're accustomed to the Big early pauses. I think, you know, we've seen a couple of them now out on Nuke. This is the first one of 4, of course, being used on Overpass, but it usually has happened in that third round. They know this is a big step up for them. This is looking like a pretty promising chance. They've got AKs, they can afford the utility as well, so they've got a decent backing heading into round 3. But of course, against MOUZ, who have suffered a bit of financial turmoil from the previous losses, this is a real chance for them not only to win this round, but to put MOUZ even in a worse situation financially than they were heading into this one.
Might also just be nice opportunities to listen to the soothing voice of Gob B as he re-enters the roster. I'll take any excuse.
Yeah. Or use all 4, use all 4. God be, speak your words of wisdom.
Yeah, you can just say anything, to be honest. Just happy you're here. Like you said, the rifles are out for Big, so first real shot at it outside of the pistol. Double play in from MOUZ over at long. This was a territory that Big did take very easily the round prior, so setting up these conditions where it might be free one round, but it certainly won't be free the next.
Oh. Playing with fire, Frozen. Having a little spam. Will not catch Keto. Tizian as well, going for a bit of a wallbang, do believe. It's one in which Big are going to be looking to take towards B, and well, if they do, they are actually being read into. Having said that, this position from Tabson, he's already slipped the net. Okay, sure, there is a man in con that's spotted and taken down. Tizian gone, but this does give them a real good chance in this round, especially with a flank towards A. They won't expect someone so close to site, but neither do Big up close towards the playground position. Dexter only for the single. Tabson has to reveal himself. It's Torzy to take face, and he will go down. A 3-on-3 scenario, and low HP plagues Crimbo. But for the rest of the Big side, they have patched no holes in this defense because Tabson's found his way right forward.
Yeah, Bomb making its way over as well. Player at stairs won't get there in time. A Molotov prevents that peek, and Frozen still playing passive, so Bomb can be dialed in, and Crimbo can escape this site as well. The fact he's low HP and holds that AWP still has a lot of capacity to have impact on this round, and Keto's holding for the con flank. Bemis takes the peek, and Keto will find it. A man advantage now for Big. Flash as well goes askew. JDC finds nothing and sees nothing as his teammate falls. A 1-on-3 that Big have all the advantage in. A long-distance peek with that AWP, and JDC will fall right into it. Big, first round on this T side.
Really nicely done. Okay, sure, that round probably a lot closer than it should have been. MOUZ that double stack towards playground in the mid part of this one. Seriously could have been problematic, but no, Big able to hold on, and so in turn, they grant themselves their first round, and, well, just as I said in the previous, MOUZ, they're going to be struggling to pull together a single rifle in this one. Bemis will pick up the A1S, but other than that, we've got 5.7s, MP9s, there's a scout on Torzy. This is not the way MOUZ wanted to start round 4. Ideally, it would have been with 5 rifles behind them, but they're going to have to suffer the consequences, and in this one, well, Big, more than favourites to take this round, and in turn tie the game, and probably put themselves in a decent position to put in front.
Bemis transing the peek onto short. Molotov was missed by Big, so it was very quick to take up that territory. If they tried to sneak past this smoke, would have been met with a nasty surprise. And he's holding, once again, waiting for MOUZ to make the first move, and it's Frozen plucked out of the air. Searson hitting the headshot, but Bemis able to respond in kind. Searson dropped down to 1 HP. 4-on-4, and Big don't have really anywhere else to go. Tabson's still trying to look over towards toilets, but Tizian's found the kill he needs to. Crimbo as well, another trade found, and Tabson looking to rendezvous. A flank is coming onto this player from short, and Dexter had no idea. Another 1v3 offered up. That bomb still not dropped as of yet, and Torzy, I don't know if it's position zone either, hasn't spammed too many shots, but Crimbo rails him anyway.
Beautiful shot to end the round. What a play from Big. And I think it's understandable that we are going to see a bit of a pause coming in. It's not tactical, it's technical. So I did think for the wrong reasons, but MOUZ definitely need to think through what happened there. The fact that they slipped the net, the jump peek on short, sure, that is unfortunate, right? You lose the man early on. They were going for the info play. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but just to get plucked out by the AWP CSN like that kills, to say the least. And of course, from there, Big are able to spring towards Monster. They find success towards short. Okay, you leave a player low and get the trade, but the fact that they still can't cough up much afterwards, serious problems. Big, they themselves, plenty of cash. Those 2 lost weapons reinvested. For MOUZ, they are going to have to skip a round of buys. They're going to have to take an eco here, and in turn, that Big lead should be up for the taking, unless Pistols can somehow find the round here for MOUZ. We saw it happen on Nuke. Big did love a Tech 9 round. That last one that we watched, an unbelievable 4K to end it all. In this one, though, MOUZ, I wouldn't be surprised to see 5 USPs to stay, because there is little to no cash behind them. And where JDC does have a bit of extra money, I'd expect him just to hold on, because utility is going to be a problem heading into round 6.
Yeah, I think as well, one of the issues with having rounds like this, or even talking about the possibilities, that we didn't actually see MOUZ get too much success on these low buys. It was mainly Big. I think it's a map thing. It feels like a team one, and yeah, nobody buys anything. here for MOUZ. A 5-man stack on this B bomb site. Big are headed that direction.
Well,
on Tizian.
Yeah, it does take a bit of damage, and of course you can see the passive approach taken, let Crimbo run out and take face next. You said that 5 stack towards B, and sure, it could have caused some problems, not meant to be though. Frozen, he's in the Molotov. Crimbo will take down Frozen and Bemis as well to hit the deck shortly before Big up to a third in front, and for the first time on Overpass have themselves the lead. Plenty of cash as well here, Yumi, so sure, okay, MOUZ, they have the rifles to take them down the once, but this is more than just a single step. This is a multiple chapter story that MOUZ are going to need to basically write themselves to get themselves back in front and to put themselves back on the map. And being on the CT side of Overpass, I'd say fairly similar to Nuke, right, where we've got to see a decent lead being taken by that CT side if we want to see the light of day in that second half. And so for MOUZ, they've got to get their thinking caps on and maybe their running shoes on as well, because they have got a lot of work to do. Sure, we are early on into this game, but you cannot let that penny drop.
Super cool to see that everybody on Big seems to have different lineups for utility. Keto actually making his way up short. Didn't have supportive flashes or anything of the sort. Tried to sneak on by, and Bemis has been good about taking over those sandbags, making sure that short cannot be rounded so safely. So an advantage found here from MOUZ. This multiple chapter story might have entered its intro. They don't have a lot of presence over towards that B side of the map, so MOUZ can feel a little bit more comfortable with the fact that they have these 3 players hovering over towards this A side, especially with utility sailing in. Dexter finding another one of these kills, and no refrag, no re-entry here for Big. Tizian creeping in.
Oh, and Tizian, no, fluffs his line. What could have been, it shan't not, because Big themselves are 2-on-5. Then again, Nuke will be an interesting one. We've seen themselves in this position many a times before, and Big have even found success from this point in time, but with the seconds counting down, I think the time that Big have to take here, minimizing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a save. In the meantime, Dexter, back turned, very nicely done. And well, Crimbo, 1-on-5, 18 seconds left. Yeah, run for the hills, my friend. No chance in this one. Save the KD, save the utility, save the AK more importantly. And for MOUZ, of course, they can pick up the rewards, a couple of AKs to go with it into round 7, and MOUZ to equalize.
Oh, whatever you do, don't die after time. That's the worst thing that you can do. People think saving on the T side, not really that value, but he's definitely saving more money than he would have gained. You know, you're talking anywhere from 4K that he keeps on his person, and the rest of the squad can still buy around him. He can even drop weapons over. He built up bank. Good news for MOUZ, the fact they're able to get these kills that are so staggered. No one on the side of Big was really close enough to make use of the space that would have been offered up as a result of one player hitting the deck. MOUZ just keep themselves nice and composed. Torzy, nice and aggressive as well, past the Molotov, but nobody's going to peek on the side of Big. The deep smoke into short does eliminate some of the opportunity for Torzy to take this gander. A player close con as well. As soon as he fires that shot, Torzy could be in for a nasty surprise. I suppose Bemis is there to back him up for it.
This is so dangerous, all up close, and he somehow wiggles out. Surely not. Bemis the second. Torzy, criminal act towards short, and he somehow gets away with it all. A big slice of the pie taken. Big wondering what on earth just happened, because there's no way an AWP should get away with that in the best of times. Never mind there, low HP escapes, and Bemis even doubles up.
Yeah, fantastic setup. The flash sailing too high to hit Torzy, and so he just gets an easy kill. And then Bemis allowing the safe retreat. And we can't count out these low personnel rounds here from Big. Boost up. Let's see if anyone on MOUZ goes over to the barrels. They have a little bit of time to play with, but it is swiftly departing them. 40 seconds left, and noise made deconstructing this boost does give some indicators as to what's coming their way. 2 players off short, very likely, but 4 players in proximity for MOUZ to defend.
Oh, yeah, this is a big stack for MOUZ. They've gambled right. Great flash, Capson. Caught blind, so delaying the entry, and that gives JDC his chance to strike on top of the boxes. Crimbo will respond. Nice bit of tag onto Frozen, but eventually will fall. And Searson keeping the big green into the next one. You said it earlier, right? You keep more money should you save the AWP than what you'd get from losing anyways. And so, yeah, sure, keep the big green into the next. Crimbo's got stacks of cash. Tabson might even be able to fork out the AK by himself, so only a couple of drops needed. And so for Big, okay, sure, they lose out on a fourth, but they are still in hot contest heading into round 8. A beautiful round again, and I think it stems from Torzi getting up close and personal with an AWP on short, the unconventional angle, but one that Big don't expect.
Yeah, and I think at the moment, Big are kind of suffering from the idea of committing to an early plan. You know, what they've been targeting the short side. They've been having presence in con, but they haven't been setting up in a default that really punishes over-aggression there from MOUZ. You saw Searson, while the rest of the team were pushing into the site, just didn't have an angle to help. And he takes too long to build the boost here from Big, so timing missed, opportunity gone.
What could have been as well? That could have been the easy 5-on-4, something that Big have struggled to get in the couple of previous rounds that we've watched. And so now back to the chalkboard. Very passive default. You go for the boost, you lose a lot of early map presence. And you can see MOUZ themselves actually prepped for that boost, it seems like, in terms of the utility. They hold on to a couple of mollies, a couple of smokes. They haven't really burnt through much here. Of course, Dexter, only with a flashbang to his name, would speak otherwise. But absolutely for MOUZ, a couple of smokes. That's 30 seconds of time bought. 45 if you include the one on Frozen, plus the double molly. Just things here to deteriorate that Big side and force them into a high-pressure moment. Bemis towards short as well, doubled up with the AK of JDC. The conventional one that gave MOUZ the 5-on-4 in the previous, looking to do the same again. Taps and low, flash on Bemis, but he's easily got the trade. Tizian out, and well, Searson able to respond.
Oh, Bemis just can't escape. Door blown open. Torzi, spots the shoulder of Searson, but he escapes. Wasn't ready for that fight whatsoever. A 2-on-4 that could have been made just 3 here for Big. And Searson didn't wait for a moment. Got all the way through CT spawn and is now flanking this B bomb site. Does Frozen know? Would he have any idea that this is a possibility? Searson was so brazen. Now he can just cut off the rotates. Torzi might just move into the action, and he can hear these steps all day long. Searson, a sitter. Legs him up instead, but Torzi finished off, and Frozen trapped between a rock and a hard place, but that rock is at least dismantled. Had a pickaxe.
Nice. Getting rid of one, taking the other, so Frozen giving them no opportunity to save the AWP, but again, a close round, nicely done. The flank was good for the AWP. And even better for Big, they do manage to get themselves that 4th round and move that peg closer to catch MOUZ. It's a tie game heading into round 9. Money for MOUZ isn't too bad either, so they might just be able to pour together the money and put together a decent buy. But of course, it's what sits behind that out of this round that is going to be problematic. Same situation for Big, consistently losing these players has plagued them a little bit financially. They are fortunate enough to have stacks of cash on some of these alive players as well. Crimbo going to chuck over the AWP to Searson, buy himself an AK, so there are no problems heading into number 9 for Big. But of course, they themselves are going to struggle financially in the later run as well. So both sides feel like they're sharing the same boat a little bit here, Yumi. But of course, one team shall win, one team shall lose, and the winner of this one will be in a far better situation financially.
You see as well the lack of prep work that's available here for Big. The way in which they're able to read these rounds has been difficult. MOUZ constantly changing their setups. And would they have expected Overpass to be played this series? Probably not. Still feeling confident about it. They picked it, they tried to punish, and right now, neck and neck.
Well, smoke towards front toilets, towards his AWP. Disabled for now. Searson, he'll be out of the round early. Bemis finding the wall bang actually through the short wood, I guess. Straight towards Con. Very nicely done behind the boost. He will find one. Dexter should double up as well. Crimbo needs to trade. It's an instant headshot from Dexter though. Low HP, but it doesn't matter. 5-on-2. MOUZ right back into the driver's seat. What a round, but no response from Big. These trades have been a bit sloppy.
They'd hoped that they would have been able to seal it, but Dexter getting that double does make it more interesting. Smoke down over it long as well. Keto's trying to hunt this player down. Knows Dexter wouldn't have gone too far. And, well, he's lost Tizian while searching and hunting for this frag. Dexter out in the open, little off-angle. Keto didn't expect it, so a nice hold over it long there from Dexter. Another one of these moments where MOUZ have been changing the way that they've been set up over towards that A-bomb site, the way that they've been playing Con as well. Dexter's been situated in there. Sometimes they've doubled up for the long bathrooms. We saw the rock and tree set up as well for MOUZ. And now just inserting Dexter into a kind of a one-and-done position, but able to deliver on far more than they would have gambled for. Now just on pistols here on Big. Now money was looking pretty good for some time, but we were talking about how MOUZ needed consecutive rounds, and they've been able to get it.
In front, only just on that CT side, which is something Big is going to be used as a vocal point. Come on, guys. The gap isn't that large. We can absolutely bring it down and give MOUZ nothing to work with heading into the second half. For the here and now, MOUZ will be more than comfortable with the position that they have. Orp on Torzi. There's AK saved. That's a beautiful reaction from Torzi. The first kill of probably many, but it's actually Dexter to do the heavy lifting. Torzi a second, looking for the hat trick. It's a bit laboured, but he's got there anyway. It's the USP to find the third hat-trick for him. A full house between himself and Dexter. And MOUZ up to 6. It's Big, of course, that suffer. They do have themselves a buy in the next one. Keto, I feel like he dipped his hand too deep in his pocket in the previous, only with 3.3k heading into number 11. And so, in turn, actually, it is a double half buy here for Big.
Yeah, I didn't invest as heavily in that previous round. They've got more utility to play off of this time over, and that magic from Nuke has not carried over. Molly, Dexter tried to line up the nade, but flashed up, and they have taken over the playground.
Don't stop just there either. Look at this. It's a fast play towards long.
Dexter hears it all, though.
Yeah, Dexter would have heard a couple of these steps, but he will hear the people up close behind him, around him. I don't think they'd know that there's a couple of players out towards long, and he's turned the wrong way. Keto, just a bullet to the back of his head will be his demise. Frozen, having a look, seeing if he can spot any utility. Great flash, great opportunity, only for the one. Bemis with a double. It's a steal defense on the A site as he continues to pop off Sis and Scout, good for one. And a dink from Keto, unable to find the finishing touches though, and MOUZ up to 7, but it comes at a hefty cost. It's 3 kills gone though, and so for MOUZ, of course, head still very much unturned. Big, another close round on a half buy as well for Big.
Yeah, you consider the gamble that Dexter's taking by sitting inside of that smoke, and the fact that he gets nothing for that. He still had his value. You know, the fact that he's able to call those players away from the B bomb site, get those rotates in, and make sure that the push from Big was going to at least be delayed so that MOUZ had the resources and players on the bomb site to contest. Hey, look at Dexter. You say he doesn't get any kills. Not really the main objective. Now onto these rifles. Here are Big, and we can see them set up into a bit more of a traditional default. You know, working the A side of the map. You saw the paranoia in rounds prior of Big constantly fearing of a flank. I fall into the AWP of Torzi, though. They've got another setup with this rock angle close. Torzi will drag attention, and that's where Dexter should be able to spring in.
Yeah, absolutely. Torzi. Narrow angle, run boost in, miss shot, and the rock player can only find one. It's Dexter. As you said, kills definitely not the game, but he needed to find more than just the one. It felt like Torzi leaving him hanging to dry. JDC in the meantime will catch Keto, so elsewhere towards B. That is a very deep player of Big gone, and so all their attention turned back towards A. It's Torzi's AWP alongside the rifles. Jump spot here from Tizian will not reveal the information that Torzi still posted, and we know how good Torzi can be from angles like this. He has shown great passion, great power. The AWP just seems to be so built for the short position. Peeks in, nice first shot. There we go, some of the Torzi magic coming in. Bemis a second, and Torzi will find the third. All of the big players fall. Only one initial casualty from Dexter. That is a brilliant result for MOUZ, and well, halftime success guaranteed. It feels like a game. The CT side looking strong for MOUZ, but can it hold up on the T side, and what lead can they gather here?
Yeah, man, you have to always be a little nervous watching Torzi at some of these close angles. You even saw how prepared Searson was for the swing. But Torzi just too damn quick. Put him on a peaking time and hit him with a quickie. Not the quickie that Dexter, I'm sure, will be familiar with. 8-4, and only these pistols once again here for Big. They do have a bit more of these resources once again. Torzi hearing them transition up con, and they are not chasing this man down. He has too many fallback paths, and they're actually conceding the site control. They have players making this rotate in. They will get there in time. Smoke down at the divider as well. Tabson losing men in the back lines, and he cannot get anything done on the site. really firm hold on this bomb site and firm hold on this half, it feels like, from MOUZ as they pull things up once again. Another round one on the CT side.
That's beautiful. As you said, really nicely done from Torzi. He has multiple escape routes. They don't want to chase him down and give the AWP more opportunity. Instead, rush for the site, try and get the plant, but even then, a big defense from the remaining MOUZ players gives them their 9th. This could be double digits as well. If they get this 10th, then 11-4 looking likely here, Yumi. MOUZ, a big turnaround between the maps. What was a very deflated CT side and numerous 2vx's lost. Now seems to be, no matter from what position, they have the chances, and they've given the space to some of these players. And look at this from Torzi. He spots the player going up. He'll absolutely have all of this control plus some.
First time they've pushed Con like this. Keto, knife out. Doesn't even fancy the peek. Torzi's looking for more.
This is so smart. Not only has he picked up on this information, he's looking to get a couple with it. And well, there you go. Back turn. Not exactly the ideal weapon here, the AWP, to play the discipline. But he's going to have eyes on Keto. And he will keep following to see if he can get a lineup, if he can find a couple with it. He knows that player's there. He's got his back turn right now. Keto back and forth. Peeks in. No, Torzi. It could have been huge, but instead he gets nothing. Sis in a second. And now Beamer's towards Connector's going to have to be the main man as the bomb gets set down. There was a chance to deny it, but Frozen in the meantime a double. Beamers to pinch away the triple, and now the AWP of Searson to find 3 more. 2 already, 2 more to go, but a missed shot onto Frozen will cost them the round, and Torzi's mistake means Big's demise because somehow they turn things around.
Yeah, I mean, that should have been an open invitation. Big took that bomb site so quickly. They had extra leverage as well, the fact that they had that flank available, but the longer he waits, the more likely it is Keto's going to turn just to check. Just for the idea of a push. And still Big aren't able to pull it through. See how important that information game is, even with the play that Dexter made inside that smoke in mid, even with Torzi not coming up with anything on that flank. MOUZ are in great position to contest these bomb sites. Another change here from Torzi. Tried the con peek and the push, and now fancied a deeper peek. Searson's already close to him, but he hears that scope, and he's worried that Torzi might be watching.
Oh yeah, and Torzi's got his eyes set on Tapson. Oh no! The timing again! Torzi's just hit with more misfortune. A 5-on-4 into the hands of Big. Quick trade. Searson going for heroics. No trade potential there. And Dexter will take the freebie. Throws the smoke. Tries to create the false illusion that he's running away. But he's stuck around looking for a second.
Flash in and too high, but Dexter still gets the kill?
What?
The widest of swings, and Crimbo didn't stand a chance. Tapson doesn't expect him to still be sticking around. Another kill from Dexter, a 3-piece so far. MOUZ have got Big, lock and key, a 2-on-4 that surely goes no other way. Tizian might have an opportunity, but turned the wrong direction. Dexter has been so elusive. Man's got invisibility on, and Keto too far from this bomb.
For the ace as well, Dexter. Will he find it? Oh my god, nice reactionary shot from Keto.
Does he have a little bit more to do? Time to make this work, surely.
Yeah, I think, you know, knife out, he still runs. Maybe he can go connector to B. That would probably be the fastest route, but as soon as he pulls out that AK, I think he knows this round is very much gone, and he'll be hunting for the kills instead. Still going to try and play the objective, but as you can see, it took him, what, 10 seconds to get there, so if he can get his running boots on, he'll get into the site. Maybe about 5-6 seconds left, but even then, you've got to play 100 on short, and well, I think Dexter's just heard the steps, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, Frozen's got him covered. 11-4 at the half. MOUZ lead. A big turnaround. Can Big do it on their CT side? Find out after the break.
4-half on a punish pick here from Big, but the score is the wrong way around. Big not having much success breaking into bomb sites. MOUZ doing such a good job with these fast rotates, getting all the multi-kills that they needed to defend that site. Hell, I'm convinced more and more by the MOUZ overpass, even though they let this one slip through. It was a foul egg, and one that Big did select out the pack. Oh, look at these dualies, doubled up onto both sides of the bomb site, and Crimbo not fully cleared out, but he can't get anything for his troubles. The flash is too good, a 4-on-4, the smoke down, and JDC finding another kill as they collapse on in. It was only Tabson in an instant, and he was swarmed by MOUZ players. A pistol picked up, and a 12-4 lead that might be too insurmountable.
They read into that really well, Yumi. Like, really well. Big had the setup, they had the dualies, they had the supportive flashes, and then they get the opening kill, and it all goes wayward from there. MOUZ continuing to show what's up. 12-4, as you said, they are looking very definitive now, and I feel like the pistol was the turning point, right? If Big won it, they had a chance. If they didn't, I would say they're well and truly out of this game. The turning point is now that MOUZ have found themselves a 12th. Citizen Scout looking to kickstart the kill feed in round 17. Not meant to be, though. Misses his initial shot and decides to back away.
Feels like the only way back into a game like this is to have success on rounds exactly like Big have situated. Upgraded pistols, scouts. We haven't seen that same prowess fall over from that first map. That significant clutch factor that Big just seemed to always pull through somehow. To think, on MOUZ's most familiar map, one that they pick all too often. Ito offered up a chance, but taking a lot of damage and not doing a lot in reciprocation. Frozen has been tagged, but no kills found as of yet. Searson lingering and finding tag after tag. JDC does hunt him down. So a 3-on-4 that all just points more and more into the favor of MOUZ. They have a little bit of time to set their sights on one of these two. Whether they go up or back down con over towards B is certainly a chance, but they've got to make their move rather quickly. Tabson's looking for information and might just find it. Torzi, oh man, guillotines him just as he spots them transitioning away from the bathrooms, and a Tizian smoke. Oh, this is really dangerous, but they're spamming him to high hell. 20 HP, and they have to go. 15 seconds. They're waiting for the monster players, but they find him around the smoke anyway. That means Crimbo's left for dead. A conversion there for MOUZ that do take all that time off the clock, but they're still able to tie the bow on top.
Yeah, really nicely done. MOUZ struggled at the end of that round. They had two players to face. Fortunately, through the smoke, they catch one of them, and in turn, Big just can't really hold on. One deagle against four. It was never going to happen anyway. And well, 13-4 the scoreline. A short hop, skip, and a jump to victory here. Yumi, I think it's safe to say a third map is lingering because MOUZ themselves looking very definitive. An eco for Big in round 18 surely signifies that 14th on the board for MOUZ and that single step closer to victory. Fortunately, they have stacked towards B. The nades come in, I mean, I would say with decent time. Maybe missed to take a fair chunk of damage. Dexter out of the round as well, but he's done a terrific amount. To the core of Big, a couple of these players very, very low. And for MOUZ themselves, they know, okay, sure, that was a definite stack towards B. Let's just run back towards A, no problems whatsoever. And they are taking their time in doing so, and that has given a bit of space for Big to rotate. Big
reading right into that as well. They know we're stacked here, so why don't we reset over the other side. Jump peaks might give away a bit of the game. Tabson going for a flank through Con, but can't imagine he gets there in time to really do too much damage. He's wrapping through Fountain as well. Wrong direction. MOUZ setting their sights on B instead. And they've conceded control here on the side of Big. This is a free B.
Or is it?
Long distance stinks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's like USP from yonks away finding the damage. But fortunately, bomb set down. Frozen going to pick up the opener. Still tapping away with that Galil through the heaven smoke. There's a couple of bits of utility here, like that molly, that will catch off a couple of these players. Crimbo forced into the open. Searson sitting behind, and, well, unfortunately, Torzi, he will eat a bullet to the head, but fortunately that head Kevlar Shall give him a little bit more space. Spam coming in, Frozen, all too knowledgeable. Guy is a brainiac. That's MOUZ 14. No casualties other than that single kill on Dexter. He was low HP anyway. Mac 10 of all things. So haven't really lost much, and even he is going to pick up a Galil in this round. Big, their do or die round comes in this one. It's 4 M4s in the AWP heading into number 19, and should they lose this one, it really does feel like MOUZ are going to be taking us to Vertigo, the decider of this series.
Big might have felt a bit hard done by them making this selection. Might not do that again in future, but every day a lesson they may have to take to the grave. Like you said, all too necessary that they get their hands on this. We're set up for Vertigo as the third and final map. But also important that MOUZ don't count their chickens before they hatch. All it takes is a bit of momentum shift for Big to suddenly find themselves in a bit of control, albeit it's a bit of a stretch, even for me.
There you go. The stretch.
Yeah,
probably in
counting
the
a
form
few
of
too many jump peaks.
Yeah, in the form of the wrist movement from Searson. Going to flick up, find Frozen. Very nicely done to get that 5-on-4. Establishing that man advantage is something that Big has struggled with time and time again on the T side of Overpass. Fortunately, on the CT side, it was meant to be. Did the same in the pistol, but lost from this position, so they still have to be on their toes and be careful. Warned about what's to come. MOUZ 45 seconds left. There's a couple of smokes, a couple of nades, whatever it may be. But there's an AWP on Torzi to give them the opening frag in their name. Dexter moving forward as well. Tizian, a nice bait and switch with Searson. A second kill as well for the AWPer. As this goes from bad to worse, MOUZ, they themselves are going to be in a bit of turmoil. Bemis at least to find one through the wall. Tizian, he will get jump peeked upon. JDC finds the frag. 20 seconds left, though. Time is the big constraint, and the bomb is still yet to be even picked up. It's considered by JDC, but he's tapping away at the headshot angle. The molly shall flush the rifle out, and that gives JDC the opportunity to find the headshot. And another one as well from JDC. The man, the myth, the legend. That's a triple to give MOUZ 15. And I said it earlier, Big a 5-on-4, but it still isn't enough to push them over the finishing line. And Big now, they are one round away from being taken to Vertigo. Hands are tied as well. Of course, it's the forced buy. It's the last round. You've got to go for it. But the buy is horrific.
That must be what JDC stands for. Just damn clean.
Or just the Castro, but one of the two.
Yeah. Something. Maybe don't stand for nothing, and MOUZ don't stand for much more of this overpass. Another pick found, and it's Torzi's AWP. Dexter as well finds another. So that magic has been absent. Depleted in mana. Are big. And flashes are perfect. Tabson out in the open, in no man's land, and taken down. Keto and Crimbo, the 2Ks are not feeling okay. Big, a 1-on-4 now needed, and this is the stand-in, the replacement for Favin, given that he's ill. He's had a pretty damn good qualifier. But this is a lot to ask for.
Yeah, the highlight of the entire game will be now. If they want to stay within this one here. Big, and well, the first headshot found, but another one from Torzi. It's the AWP to find the last. 16-4, a really good map for the side of MOUZ. That's a definitive one. After the shambolic performance maybe on the CT side of Nuke, these guys definitely needed a big turnaround, and Overpass picked into by Big has completely backfired.